Nestled in the center of 26 acres in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, is the renowned Queen Anne-style mansion, Brucemore, an historic tribute to the architecture and culture of another day, which remains strongly connected to the community.
I think people come here for their own experiences because it's not just about the families who used to live here, the families who used to work here. It's really about the contemporary memories that people make here.
And one of those memories is most certainly about this, the E.M. Skinner Opus 754 player pipe organ.
It is one of the highlights when it plays. It is one of the most majestic sounds that you'll ever hear.
The Skinner organs are just like velvet to play. I just loved it. 2 hours can go by in a flash. This particular house organ, it feels like the house just comes to life.
When you hear the organ played, it's a bit of a surreal experience. This powerful symphonic sort of cascade of sound hits you as you walk through the mansion.
The Brucemore organ is one of 6 residential Skinner organs that remains unaltered and in its original location in the world. Installed in 1929, it was the finest form of home entertainment at the time. Comprised of 3 separate elements, the organ is ingeniously integrated into the structure of the mansion. The blower motor gives the organ its breath. It is housed in the attic, along with an array of relay switches and circuits that are essentially a 1920s binary computer. Below the attic, in a former 3rd-floor bedroom, is a chamber with 715 pipes. The pipes give the organ its voice, with the capacity of producing the sound of a symphony orchestra. And finally, there is the console, housed in a rich mahogany case near the entrance to the mansion. This is the control center, with multiple keyboards, pedals, and stops. It brings the organ to life and fills the home with sound.
The power of the organ in its full glory is an experience that a modern audience just has to experience.
The organ is now 85 years old and is in need of careful restoration to bring back its original sound quality and keep it playing for decades to come. It won't be easy. The work must take into account the historic nature of the instrument.
We search the globe for the proper materials, so we replace like with like. And not only does that protect the historic integrity of the instrument, but it also allows a complete record for those who come after us.
A multi-phase restoration began in 2014 to address the blower motor, electronics, pipes, and console.
It's a fascinating instrument, and it's intricate, and it requires some very good people knowing what they're doing, but it requires an awful lot of time and talent and funding to make it happen.
It has virtually a limitless lifespan. In other words, the work that we are undertaking now will be possible to repeat in 65 or 70 years hence. And the instrument will essentially become new again. The clock will be reset.
And that is the goal. Preserving a piece of history that brought joy to families in the 1930s and introduce that same joy to families that visit Brucemore today and tomorrow.
One of our goals is that we will make it more accessible for people to enjoy, as the families did when they were here. We are preserving the history of the family that brought it here. So we have to take care of it.
I think to have it restored is just a grand project, and one that really will bring benefits to the whole community.
It's very important to keep a place like Brucemore vibrant because this is what makes us unique, our history.
Once restored, the E.M. Skinner player organ will anchor community events, tours, and programs. 10,000 to 15,000 people a year will enjoy the power of its music, consider the implications of its history, and marvel at the achievement of its technology and craftsmanship. In many ways, the project will give Brucemore's history a voice, one that visitors will never forget.